kicking off my journey to Mont Blanc. Stayed at Heathrow last night, and I'm in a self-driven pod at the minute, which takes me from the hotel to the airport. Very strange, but yeah, it's quite early. It's 6 a.m, so an early start on Saturday, and we're going to head there. Today's a chill day. We start hiking tomorrow morning, bright and breezy. Oh, there's one of the other pods. It's so weird. Where we're going to be staying, so not far from the beautiful scenery over there. Stunning. So we landed in Geneva, and then we have come to Chamonix, and it is incredible. How pretty! I just have to keep recording. It's insane scenery. Love it. So we've arrived at Chamonix, and we are going to go and get steak. This is where we are staying tonight, and then we start our hike tomorrow. I'm like super excited. It's so amazing. I thought it was going to be freezing. I went out and bought like big major coats and stuff, but yeah, it's looking incredible. It's 6 a.m. and we are up and packing our final stuff ready to go on our first day. Gonna head down to breakfast first, check I have the appropriate layers for what's ahead of us, and then we've got to get a little train, I believe, to the starting point. So looking forward to it. Very tired. Was up at 4 last night, but also night before at the airport, up at 4, so I don't know what's going on, but excited. I think really nice group of people. I'm sure we're going to hear some really great stories as we go through. Getting ready to go. We are setting off, walking to the train station to start off with. The group's ahead. Yeah, we're making our move. We're getting on the train, ready to start the hike. We just took the cable car up to the top, and this is where we are going to properly start our first part of the trek. So we just crossed the bridge. We're only about an hour into the hike so far, but we're loving it, really enjoyable. Not sure you can hear me over the waterfall. Sun's just come out, so it's pretty cool. You got the snow on the mountains, but it's sunny for our hike. So far, going well. Sun's out, guns out obviously. There's the group. Yeah, we've just done quite an incline. It was got the heart rate up, let's say. We're at altitude as well, obviously, which is making it harder, but yeah, views absolutely stunning. So we've got our first pit stop. Looks really warm, but as soon as you stop walking it drops temperature pretty bad, so I'm gonna put a fleece on, and then I believe the guy just brought us some coffees, so I'm able to have a nice coffee. Just had to do another brutal downhill, but in a very cute little villagey place. We've got about another 3 hours, I believe, till we get to the lodge that we are staying at tonight. Just a horrid downhill hike, really hurt my knee, didn't enjoy it at all. However, this is the backdrop for our lunch. We're sat on a bench over there, and apparently the omelettes are absolutely insane, so gonna do that, rest our feet. I'll cry about my knee a little bit more, and then yeah, we'll get hiking again. So we've done about 7k, about 18,000 steps so far. So whilst I'm on a little bit of a flat, I'll explain the trip that we are doing. So we're doing a 7-day hike around Mont Blanc. It's 125 kilometres, and we're doing 2 nights in France, 2 nights in Italy, and 2 nights in Switzerland. So it's yeah, really cool, and it's just beautiful, because behind me we've got the top of the snowy mountains, and then there's green ones round here. They're building something there, but yeah, it's just yeah, been good so far, but it is only day 1, and the refuges, because it's at altitude, apparently you don't sleep very well, but apparently the food is lovely, and if the lunch we just had was anything to go by, that was incredible. The omelette was amazing. So yeah, knee isn't enjoying downhill, but uphills and flats are all good. So just had our beautiful scenic lunch, and now we are setting off on the second half of our hike today. Just had a bit of a savage climb. Team are behind. Just had a little sit down. How are we after the climb, team?
All good.
All good. All good. So feeling strong, fueled by blueberry pie, and we are cracking on. We are on our final climb. It's pretty steep. Definitely blowing. About 45 minutes of the climb, I think, and about an hour and 20 till we actually get there into our hut. Apparently there's bunk bed situations, which I'm less excited about. But yeah, you can see it's pretty steep. But yeah, I'm gonna focus now. We've just seen a very, very happy sight in our refuge for the night. So shower, glass of wine, chill for the evening before setting off tomorrow. But yeah, we are very happy to see that after a considerable hike today of about 22 kilometres. So stayed in a 7-person dorm last night, which I was not expecting on this trip. This is the view this morning. Apparently it's a lot colder. We've got a short but hard day today. We've got 14k but with 1k elevation, and it's quite a steep one. Didn't get much sleep obviously, with lots of various snoring going on, and the room was very, very hot. But there we go. So yeah, knee is better than expected, so that's always a bonus. And hopefully, even with it being slightly cloudier, we'll still get some really awesome views. So we're in another French hut tonight, and then, well, refuge I believe they're called. Then we shall be moving on to Italy, which is pretty awesome as well. So it's 7, no, what is it? It's not 7 a.m, is it? It's 8 a.m. now. We were up at 6:45. Team are a bit colder today. Getting ready for day 2, 14 kilometres today. Savage uphill apparently, so we'll be kicking off in a minute. And yeah, here we go. I pull into your driveway, it's a sound. We are ascending. Group coming through. Apparently it's 3 hours uphill this morning. Then we'll stop for a packed lunch, and then we will crack on with the second part, which is quite a deep, steep descent, which is my least favourite part. I like the uphills. So we've just done our first little ascent, about an hour I think, and then we're cracking on up here. There's the last toilets that you can use, and otherwise it's quite bare up there, so jumped in there. So yeah, morale is quite high. So we've added on a little bit onto our hike. We're gonna go look at some beautiful lakes, and we'll catch a snack there. Alison's just coming up, working hard. Yeah, been pretty steep up this, but we opted to do it, so I think it's added extra elevation, what it definitely has to the journey, and maybe a few extra K. They said about an hour extra to the hike. Ooh, done a pretty savage hike there, and we are very near the lake. Some water there, and the 2 lakes we're getting up to. So we walked the extra hour for this, and safe to say, absolutely worth it. Beautiful. So we're starting our descent from the lakes, and then we'll have another climb later to get to a hut. I'll actually show you. I'll turn the camera around in a second. But yeah, I got the water behind. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh god, nearly fell over. And then yeah, let me switch it up, and I'll show you the hut which we're going to go to. There it is. That's what we're hiking up to. So, and that's for lunch. So it's 11 o'clock now. So I imagine maybe, I don't know, maybe that's 2 hours, 1.5, have lunch, and then we will crack on. We've just gone down at the mountain sheep, or sheeps as Mike would say, in the background. And then yeah, we're going to start a bit of a savage climb, but we get lunch at the top of it. I'm looking where I'm going as it's quite stony, and I don't want to go flying. I know you're all about the good vibes. Let's have a drink, just
just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the
There's
backyard.
the sheepdog that they put with the mountain sheep to protect them. Hello. It's too windy to stop, so we are carrying on. So I'm hungry, I'm tired, I'm very, very ready for lunch. So hopefully we can find somewhere, but as you can see, there's not really anywhere that you can just stop up here. And we are in the thick of the snow. We've just, that was a slog there, wasn't it, guys? A little bit of a slog. Yeah, morale was low, but we now have cheese and ham baguettes, a boiled egg, and a Twix. Yeah. So there we go. There's the 2,443 to prove it. We just stopped for a hot chocolate at one of the refuges, and then we have a 2.5 hour descent down to our refuge for the night. So last night was 7 of us in a dormitory, which was horrendous, but I'm hoping tonight's ones are only 3 bed because there's 3 girls on the trip and the rest of the boys, so we're like hoping for a girls room. That'll be far less snoring, let's say. We have just arrived at our next refuge, so we've been greeted by a bar. It is now 5:15 and we set off at 8 AM. Morale was low at times, but it's pretty high now. I'd like to see the room situation, so I'm not sure. Oh, maybe it's this one. But yeah, we'll see. I'll show you the room in a sec. So we're gonna go in and see the room. We have the girls' room. So we have, this is our dorm, so we have an actual bed. And then our own shower room, which I didn't film what was the dorm like last night, so it's not me being biased.
No, it wasn't smelly.
Smelly.
It was very smelly, very
snory, very warm.
And very cold. Well,
and I know,
warm.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So there we go. So Caroline's actually ditched her partner to join the girls' room because he snores, and we will go and have a look at the. Shall we have a look at the boys' room? Yeah, we love it. We're going to go see the boys' room. The boys' room's in there, yeah. So we're going to have a look at your room.
Lads. This
is the boy room?
Yeah, we got 2 rooms.
You've got 3 as well. The boys' room's alright.
We got a spare bed.
Ah, beautiful. 7 AM and we are up for breakfast in the refuge. Much nicer being in a smaller room, but it's still really, really broken sleep. So feeling super knackered, and it's the long hike today, I think, with quite a bit of elevation. But we end up in Italy today, so we're walking from France to Italy, which is a weird thing, so we cross the border. So yeah, that'll be quite cool. So we're gonna grab some breakfast, which is like croissants and granola, and then pack up our bags, put our kit on, and head out. Oh, and no signal or Wi-Fi whatsoever here, which is really, really odd. So I haven't been able to text Mike or check in on how everyone's doing. So really surreal. So I had weird dreams last night when you worry about stuff, worry about the dogs and all sorts when you haven't had signal, but be fine. As soon as I get some today, I'm going to drop Mike a message and see how he's doing and how my beautiful dogs are. Is this a friendly one? So apparently today is all uphill, which good for my knee. Yeah, 2 uphill ones. I think it's about 20k, but because we're starting from low today, it's going to be quite an ascent. Some really young lads from Israel just happened to walk past us and was like, is there anywhere to buy food? And we're like, no, we're in the mountains. So my Twix that I saved as a pick-me-up, I didn't have yesterday. I gave them my Twix and a flapjack that I had. So hopefully made their day. Might make my day worse later when I'm hungry, but we'll see. So starting our journey today with a little trip to like a cheese factory. So the first video was the old factory, and then we weren't allowed in the one that they actually make the cheese in, but they make a really local specialised cheese which is apparently really, really nice. And they do wheels of it, so the guys are trying to get me to carry these 30k cheese wheels as my training, but I declined. Been hiking for well over an hour. Still no signal. Feels so strange, but it's cool. But yeah, we've got a big old ascent today. Starting to feel the altitude, but all good. So 10:30, halfway through our morning part of the hike. That's what we've climbed so far. Groups behind me. So hiking is all about layers. So even though it's sunny, we're about to come across a really windy bit. So you got a t-shirt on, but waterproof as well to protect from the elements. I forgot to say, it's day 3. So we leave France today and we enter Italy. We have stopped at the top for coffee and I'm having a protein bar. Refueling and then we'll do another hour and a bit, I think, to then have lunch. Yeah, and then keep on going. So we've come to the top and then I'm about to step front into Italy. And we have just stopped off for lunch. Cleaning your eggs. Just a little lunch one, showing that we're lunchtime. Most people eggs, baguette, apple. There we go. And then we've got final ascent is there soon. Yeah, so enjoying Italy so far. Part way up. These are the views. Team coming up in round there, round the corner. A bit red now. A bit out of breath. Look how high. So this is where we have stopped for a coffee stop and a wee stop because I didn't want to wee in the mountains. And we are headed down here, which is why we don't have much time to stop and stay because we need to progress and do, I think we're doing about 20 kilometres today. So on to the next bit. So we've got the cannons, gun placement up there from World War II. So it's just crazy to think about it. Final ascent of the day. 500 metres apparently in elevation, but obviously it's more when it's winding around, but been a really good day, really enjoyed it. Got a bit excited too early, it wasn't a half hour till we got there, it was 45 to an hour, but you can see we are in the cloud, the hailing has stopped, morale is still quite high. Nearly at the end of day. So we have arrived at the lodge that we'll be staying at tonight, so the surround views. That was a slog. I think me and Caroline found that pretty tough today. But yeah, I'm hungry, I'm tired, my knee hurts. But yes, we crack on. Yeah, so we are at the refuge.
Les Chapillons.
Oh, thank you.
Les Chambres du Soleil.
There we go. And we are enjoying a drink. So they're all on the beers, I'm on the wine. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
And thank you, Andy.
Cheers, Andy. Thank you, Andy.
So this is the dorms. This is the situations. Yeah. This makes me very sad. Morale is very, very low. This is the dorm we are in, we are sharing. Yeah, no, I'm not made for this. So we are just in our hideous dorm. The girls are here. How is morale, ladies?
We're right.
Oh, Alison, you've turned that a bit positive. Caroline, tell me how you feel.
Awful.
Yeah, I feel awful as well.
Awful.
Yeah. Alison, I'm going to cut you out.
We got here.
Yeah, we survived. We did 38,000 steps today, I think. But yeah, it was just a slog at the end. I think we thought we'd arrived at 5:30, and then it was actually 6, so that last half an hour was like hell, half hour. I'm just tired, hungry and emotional. So after morale being low, we've showered, we've got a very nice wine Andy has picked for us, and then offensive amount of pasta, which I think is just the starter. Oh, you can do that again. Yeah. Caroline, my morale's higher. Is your morale high?
That is just the starter.
And it is just the starter, so we're good. So it's 9 o'clock and we are absolutely shattered, full moon. I'm going to go into this horrendous dorm and see if I can get any sleep, but I don't hold high hopes. It's slightly better than camping in Norway, but I can't say much better. But there we go. Yeah, we're all a bit broken and sore today, but tomorrow is going to be a long day, I feel. Day 4, my whoop said I had 2 hours 46 of sleep. I'm very tired, very sore. Today's going to be a slog. Apparently it's a really horrible downhill first, which my knee isn't going to like. So, but yeah, look, beautiful views. Okay, day 4, how's morale, team?
Awesome.
Better. Caroline's feeling a bit better. Yeah, we did a little warm up this morning, old school. Savage downhill, first up today. And then we're going to head into a cute little town and get a coffee, I believe. So looking forward to a well-needed caffeine. We've made it down the mountain and we are heading into cute little village where I hopefully get an Italian cappuccino. Maybe I'll dig into my protein bar, considering how I woke up feeling like absolute death. Actually, that's gone much better than expected and morale is pretty high. So we've arrived in quite a pretty little place. We're going to grab our cappuccino somewhere here and pick up lunch to pack in our bags and take up the mountains with us. So this is where we're having lunch later. So we've had our coffee break and we are doing about a 2-hour ascent, and we're going to have some lunch which we've bought from the little town to have up at the top. So we are literally walking through the forest, which is pretty cool. Still in Italy, and we'll stay again in Italy tonight. So we're halfway up. Andy and Sam have done the speedy trip with me. We've decided head down, go for it, and then sit and have a rest is the best way, which isn't the best way. You're supposed to just pace yourself, but we've gone for it.
The idea is to keep a steady heart rate.
Yeah. Whereas we're sweaty and but no, nice little hike, and we've got another probably I think 45 minutes to an hour before we stop and have lunch.
I reckon it's about 45 minutes. I saw a sign a wee bit.
Yeah.
That said 1 hour to the rest of the wooden sign.
Okay, perfect. There we go. 45. We have stopped for our lunch. Pretty awesome view here. We've got chicken, we've got the cheese and the bread. Yeah. How are we feeling, guys? Good.
Cheese and the bread and the yogurt.
Yeah. Just the cows chilling. So here we go. So we have a surprise climb to finish. We have 100 metres up to go before the refuge, but none of us knew about it, so yeah, definitely an unpleasant surprise, but we'll have earned our glass of red by the time that we get there. Still here in Italy for the night tonight. This post-lunch lull is probably the worst I felt. I mean, in terms of morale, it's been lower and straight after sleep, but I feel like a bit quiet, just a bit like feeling a bit long now, but I think we've got another 2 hours till we get down to our refuge. I'm just really hoping it's like a group of 3 or 4 even, because that big shared dorm is just, it's not for me. Not for me. Snory, smelly people. Yeah, I'm a bit too much of a princess, I think. We made it. Here is the refuge. Looks very cute. Here's the view. Now let's see what the dorm situation is. So, considering this is the nice dorm, luckily
We got the best beds.
we got in here first, so we have taken the good beds. It is day 5 and we are leaving Italy today and we are going to Switzerland. Last night was pretty dreadful, sleeping arrangement wise. I think at one point I thought it sounded like a herd of elephants competing with a herd of warthogs for who could be the noisiest when they're asleep. But actually weirdly feeling all right. Breakfast very carby. It's weird not having, I'm so used to a higher protein diet, so that's been pretty strange. We start with an uphill and apparently it's going to rain today, so we've only had a tiny bit of hail for about 10 minutes so far, so we were due some bad weather. But here we go, day 5. When you're up in the mountains, obviously you don't want to carry loads and loads of water with you, but there's often not that many places to fill up. So there's just places like this. Where you fill up your water and go on your way. The first day I had like way too much, and it's just heavy, and if you're not going to drink it, but then you also don't want to run out because that would be awful. I wish I could put this back on. So yeah, there we go. Oh, I'll show you the, so you don't bring shoes when you hike. So what you do is you just swap your hiking boots for Crocs in all the refuges. So, but it means you don't have to carry, obviously, your trainers. Breakfast was lots and lots of carbs and cake and stuff. So the nutrition is strange to get used to. But yeah, I think it's a tough climb to start with. And then a balcony one, which is nice. That's the border over there, so when we get into that bit in the light, that's going to be when we step into Switzerland. So we are day 5, we are into the hike. We got a pretty chill start to the day, so that's been quite nice, but we do have a brutal one coming up apparently later on, and yeah, as I mentioned, we'll be going into Switzerland. So we're having our little pit stop, nice little place to have some coffee, and then we are heading up there, which is the slog. This is the brutal bit. I've got bitten by a mosquito last night, just to add to the fun of the dormitory. So any part of me that was out of my little sleeping bag liner that you take, yeah, it's just I've got attacked, which is not very nice. So we are very near the border of Italy and Switzerland. And we are making our descent down. It's quite a chilled descent, which is good, but there are some traverse, it's called, so there'll be some steep edges, I think. But I don't mind heights. Never comes out in videos. No, I'm like trying to show you how steep it is, but it's so steep, but you just can't tell. But you can see amazing views anyway. Excuse the out of breath breathing, but we have hiked a fair amount, and we are just coming up to the border of Italy and Switzerland. So I'll have to put one foot in one in the other. Ooh, or maybe one hand in one in the other. See if a handstand's appropriate. I'll be that person. But yeah, good day so far. But then it's not. I am really hungry because last night was veal and I don't eat that. So I had a veggie option, but not a lot of food. And then breakfast this morning was not a lot. So I'm dying for my lunch roll. So we've reached the border of Italy and Switzerland. So we have Italy on this side and Switzerland. How cute is this? We stopped in Switzerland. Hello team, give us a wave. Yeah. Had our lunch. How's morale? Yeah, that'll tell you what you need, yeah?
Summed it up, didn't it? How's morale?
Yeah, that about sums it up. Morale is low, but we've just eaten some dark chocolate, so that was quite nice. I'm going to flip it round and have a look at the view. Done our descent and we're going into a cute little town alongside the water. I've got some weird swollen pussy spider bite from the dorm, which is pretty gross. But yeah, we get to chill now for the afternoon and evening. This is Jamie's Farm t-shirt, the charity that we are raising money for, and we're going to stop halfway up.
Yeah, exactly. Look at this. Oh my god. Can I go for the helicopter?
There we go. So it's the end of day 5. I'm in my dorm in Switzerland. This is the view out the window. Very beautiful, and the even better view is this one. So we're in a 2-bed. So Anne, who is joining us late, is going to share with me. So that's amazing news. And proper toilets, which is fantastic because we've not had those this trip necessarily. And did I say hot shower? I can't remember. I'm so tired. And for dinner we have fondue. So at this moment in time, could not be happier.
Are there many people around, or is it quite quiet?
To join my friend.
Yeah, no, go for it.
So you can actually do the job.
So needless to say, best night's sleep. Feel human today, which is brilliant. It's day 6, so only one more night in the dorms, but tonight is a proper dorm apparently. We had 2 options. The high route, which is the harder one but better views, or a lower one if bodies were really sore, but we've all opted for the high one as it's the last full day. Tomorrow's only a half one to get us back into France. So yeah, we're just packing up, putting the compede on the feet, and we've got some quiche from a bakery for lunch that we're going to pack in as well. So day 6, we are starting our ascent. Team are delayering behind. It's like a delayering process every time you're about to go up a hill because everyone wears massive jackets and then has to get rid. So yeah, this is the steep one. 1,300 meters, I think, elevation today, and it's pretty much all in one go. So let's do it. Still going, enjoyed this one because we've just paced it and we've all stuck together as a group, which has been really nice. Have a brief pause. Again, you can't really see, but we've done a lot of elevation, and then this is where we are headed. So yeah, but this one's different. It's been like really rocky and more like step ups rather than scrambling, but it's been really interesting, this kind of terrain, which has been pretty interesting. But I'll watch where I'm going or I'll stack it. But we are 300 meters more of this, and then the 100 meter brutal climb, and when Yannick says it's brutal. So we'll see, and I'll see if I'm still breathing after that hike. It's really rocky in this part that we are doing, but makes it fun as a team. Fine. Team wave. Yeah, team's doing well. So yeah. Well done, team. We have the brutal bit to go, but this is how far we've come. So pretty amazing. Oh, up there, yes, yeah, look. Is it? Oh wow. So that's where we've come from.
The last steps from la fenêtre d'Arpette. Yeah.
We're nearly there. Oh my god, we're nearly there. You can actually see it now. We've reached the very top. The worrying thing is I think we've got to go down this horrendous one next where we stop in and get in quiche from the bakery. Oh God, R.I.P. knee. This is what we have to go down. I have no idea how we're gonna do that, but we'll work it out. That's how high up we are, which is pretty cool. But yeah, pretty steep, but that glacier is amazing. So we are on the descent, which is pretty savage, I'm gonna say. You need to be sure of your footing. We were definitely this one was very understated. We really had the choice of, do you want to do the steep one or not? We didn't think we'd actually be pretty much rock climbing, but no, team is doing well. Some funny moments. There we go, they're coming down behind, so yeah, came down from there and going down that. And again, an example of what we're going down. So we've just done the descent, pink church behind us and the mountains there. That was really, really, really hard. I hyperextended my knee coming down and sort of hid it from the group because you don't want to be dragging them down. But yeah, really, really had to dig there, and that was tough. And that's sort of how I expected this trip to be, and it hasn't, so that's great. But yeah, hard. But only one more day. Gonna go in now, take my hiking shoes off, and enjoy a large glass of wine. So last day in Switzerland. Very, very pretty. When you're brushing your teeth, you look out and you see the cows. So it's day 7. I didn't show the dorm last night, but it was one of the shared ones, and still in there, we're late getting ready. Reasonable sleep, not awful. But yeah, yesterday was really, really hard. So looking forward to this being the last day. About 14k hike today. Finishing off with a little train journey, I believe, and we get back into France. So because the group is very, very broken, Caroline's got really bad bruised toe, so she's in a lot of pain, and a few others are sort of very sore from yesterday's savage climb. So yeah, it is a shorter one today, and there'll be an optional peak. So I'm going to see how I feel. Hopefully I'll go for it. So we're just setting off on our hike, and there are people who actually camp. So as much as I complain about the dormitories, that would be so much worse. So yeah, maybe I'll be happy. But tonight, back in Chamonix, we have our own rooms, so excited. So 100 metre ascent, group coming on in behind. Quite foresty, which actually I really like these. And then there's one of the balcony ones after this, which will be nice. Quick pit stop. Deep up into the forest. Group's just coming up behind. I'll give them a little wave and you can see him filming the group. Yeah. Happy.
Last descent.
Yeah, last one. Day 7. Yeah.
Downhill from the top.
So excuse the out of breathness, but you can sort of see how high up we're coming, as we're starting to see mountain rock as we're coming out the end of the forest pit. Mountain, last day. It's amazing actually, this trip, how the highs and lows are so extreme. Haven't had many lows, but when you get them, they are like awful, and you just realise that you're like ages away from home. I miss Mike, I miss the dogs, you know, and I've missed the gym as well, like and like your own food. But no, it's really fun. I'll film tomorrow to say whether I do something like it again or not. So about halfway up, and the rest of the group are just coming up behind, having a quick water break. No, it's nice, and it's starting to get sunny as well, which is always lovely, unless you are in the really steep bit and then you don't want the sun. But so far so good today.
final pen. Hello, hello. Morning, everybody.
Little pit stop before we head to the hut. And we are up in the mountains.
After a long hike, 3 hours in the mountain from Trian, we arrive in France.
We have reached the hut. In the background, and what we have just climbed up. Pretty incredible. So that's the hut that we were at, and we've just climbed even higher on the border of Italy and Switzerland.
Let's go for the lunch.
So we've got a nice balcony, it's called, along here, and then this is our view, which we are treated to as we walk down. So we've got a flat for a while, then a slight up, and then a steep down, and then we are job done. We're about to set off on our final descent. Sounds a bit serious, of the trip, and then we are heading to a restaurant tonight, and some recovery is definitely needed. Happy refill at the top. Everyone happy with their food?
Very much so.
Well earned, I think. So last descent that we're going to go for now, and then a train over to Chamonix, where apparently though there's a wedding there, so it might be a late one. So maybe that sleep that we're all desperate for might not happen, but we'll see. And we have just finished, and we have 20 minutes to go into this cute little bar and grab a drink before we get the train back to Chamonix. Finished the hike and having a well-deserved cider to celebrate. Cheers! Heading to the train station. Mountains long gone, and safe to say I won't be hiking any time soon. Day 8, and I'm happy to say there is no hiking today. So we have packed up, we are leaving the lodge, and we are going to get a flight home. I cannot wait to see the dogs and see Mike, have my own bed, and not have to put my hiking boots on for quite a considerable amount of time. It's been amazing. I've raised over £2,000 for Jamie's farm, which is incredible, and I'm so grateful to all the donations, so thank you very much.